Hello, beautiful ladies. It's Keri back for another episode of Style Your Dreams. I am so thrilled to be with you. And I want to start this episode with a huge, huge thank you to you. I have so much gratitude that you're here, you're listening to this. You are someone who is committed to living their best lives ever, and which drew you to this podcast. And I'm so grateful for you. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being here, for listening. Um, as a thank you, I have a free mindset guide that I would love to share with you. There's a link down below in the show notes to give you some new tools or some new techniques to break through whatever limiting mindset that you have to live your best life. So that's my gift to you. Thank you for being here. Okay, so I want to talk to you today about that your dreams are waiting for you. And I believe this with all of my heart and soul. And I want to start by asking you this very, very important question. In case nobody's asked you this, here's me asking you. What are your dreams? Like if you had zero considerations, you had no stories holding you back. What do you dream of? What do you really, really, really like in the depths of your soul? You really, really want this thing. Maybe you're scared. Maybe you just don't know how to fulfill on it. And so you don't think much about it, but it's there in the depths of your soul. I feel like this is such a powerful question to ask yourself so that you can start living the life that you dream of and fulfilling on those dreams that you've had instead of just going through life day to day because this is what you now do. So I had someone ask me this question over 25 years ago. So let me tell you this story. I was in my 20s and I was out for some cocktails. I think there was karaoke too, with some friends. And I met this new girl who was a friend of a friend. I had never met her before. And we started talking, and she said, "What are your dreams?" And I was so taken aback by this. I thought, who is this lady? Like, who is this girl who is asking me, what are my dreams? What? I was seriously taken aback. And so I looked at her in amazement, and then I said, I've always dreamed of being a professional singer or a motivational speaker. That was 25 years ago. And then her next question kind of knocked me on my ass. She said, "What are you doing about it?" And I was like, "What? What do you mean? What am I doing about it? It's a dream." Because I think when I was younger, I was more present to what my dreams were, but I didn't have any access to fulfilling them. So I was literally like, what do you mean? What am I doing to fulfill on them? She's like, "For real, you have this dream. You're young. What are you going to do about it?" And I said, "I have no idea. I don't know anyone who does these things. I don't even know where to begin." And she's like, "Will you begin by just starting?" Anyways, I don't remember how the rest of the conversation went, but that was one of the most impactful conversations of my entire life. Not only back then, but still, it was a very impactful question to have me look at my life, assess, are these really dreams that I want to fulfill on, and how am I going to fulfill on those? So it really started the ball rolling because I wanted to be a motivational speaker because my mom had turned me on to Tony Robbins when I was 18. And I always thought I could do something like that because I want people to have amazing lives. So I started on this journey of personal development, and fast forward to 3 years later, I was leading personal development seminars for people to live their best lives ever. I mean, that was 20, probably 23, 24, 25 years ago when all of this happened. And I'm still doing it today, which I'm absolutely grateful for. But I'm doing it because someone asked me a question and it got me to start taking steps in the direction of my dreams. So today I ask you, what are your dreams? And if you knew that they were yours for a reason, they were yours because it's time to fulfill on them, what would you do? See, I believe that God put them in you because you are fully equipped to manifest them. If you didn't have what it took inside of you, you would have never had the thought that you could do something like that. I'd never had a thought of being an astronaut or a doctor or I don't know, things like that. I just never had a thought because that wasn't what was meant for me. And I love that other people did have those dreams as a kid, right? But what was put in me was helping people, specifically women now, achieve like everything that they've ever desired in life and far more than they ever thought was possible. So if you knew you couldn't fail, there's no way you could fail, and you knew that dream was put inside of your heart for a reason, what's the dream? And what would you do about it? So often I talk with women and I ask them what they want to fulfill on. And mostly it's a watered down version of the true thing because of their limiting beliefs. So our limiting beliefs are those things that have us talk ourselves out of what's possible for us and what we really want. And then over the years, we start watering them down and living life as usual. And do not get me wrong. I think the majority of you listening to this right now, you already have an extraordinary life. That's why you listen to things like that. That's because it empowers you to have an even more extraordinary life. But look to see, like in this amazing life that you're already living, what dreams did you forget about? What dreams did you let go of because you didn't think you were good enough? You didn't think it was possible for you. Maybe you put it on the shelf on your bookcase and you thought, I'll come back to that. First, I'm going to achieve what's in front of me. And then I'll get back to that. And then years go by and years go by and years go by. And then it becomes this like faint memory of what could have been rather than what we really want. So I know there's a dream inside of you that is dying to be unleashed. So what's that thing for you? What's that thing that lights you up? Every time you think about it, you get giddy. You walk taller. You have a little inspiration. Maybe you get goosebumps. What is that thing that inspires you? It seems like it would be so fulfilling. And forget about how. Forget about how am I going to fulfill on that thing. Don't worry about that. First of all, you have to get in touch with what is that thing and why do you want it? And if you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that you could not fail if you went for it, what is it? I really am asking and I really want to know. So will you please share with me in the comments of this podcast or send me a DM on social at I am Keri Blair. But I want to know, what are those dreams that you have inside of you? And what's holding you back from fulfilling on them? And if you can remember what they are, not like a 3-year-old dream, right? I dream of whatever you dreamed of at 3, which some people are fulfilling on, which is awesome. I didn't have those. But like, what are the dreams that stick with you or that you think, oh my gosh, if I didn't have to worry about making money, if I didn't have to worry about keeping this job or climbing the corporate ladder, or if I didn't have to worry about my family, or if I didn't have to worry about time, that dream, What's that dream? And why do you want it? What is that about for you? What are your deepest desires around having that? Like, consider that you're not the person that you are, and instead you're living that life of the person who has fulfilled your dreams. What's that like for you? Because that's one of the most inspiring conversations you can have is what are your dreams and how can you fulfill on them? The most inspiring thing to me is watching someone go after their dreams and bust through every single obstacle that comes up to get there. I think that's why we're so inspired to watch things like the Olympics because those people have given everything, every part of their being, their souls, everything to fulfill their dream of either going to the Olympics or getting gold in the Olympics. And they never gave up. So it doesn't matter if you have a new dream or an old one that you started that you gave up on, you can get back there at any moment of life and live that life of passion and excitement and bust down those obstacles. Now, do you have circumstances that will get in your way? Yes, absolutely. Are there people that will disagree with you? Always, you bet you. Will you feel like it's hard and like you want to give up? Of course you will. But despite all of this, what's waiting for you on the other side? What is that new version of you waiting to be expressed? And is it worth it to go out of your comfort zone, to believe in yourself like you've never believed in yourself before, to meet her, the woman who has fulfilled your dreams? Because one thing that I know from working with women for all these years and coaching women is that you're a lot closer than you give yourself credit for. You are so much closer than you think. It's not a function of time. You can collapse timelines and make it happen easily and effortlessly and quickly. You have that power. You are that magnificent. You are that powerful. And I'm going to challenge you and say the time is now. So, what are your dreams? Because that version of you who's living your dream life, she is waiting for you. She's already inside of you. She's waiting for you to unleash her. And imagine that life. Now, this dream that's in your heart, it may be something so huge you're confronted by this conversation and you're like, what is this girl even talking about? Change the podcast. But I think that happens for a reason. That uncomfortable nature that we get when we listen to something that kind of strikes a chord in our heart. I think that's the universe telling you even deeper, it's time to start. But there may be a little dream. It's so amazing. Maybe your dream is to, I don't know, have children and you never did. I mean, I love these stories of women in their 50s who never thought they could have a family, that they start a family in whatever way they start a family. I love that women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s pursuing their dreams of owning a business. And they never thought it was possible. And they think, oh my gosh, one day I had this dream in my heart to make candles. And so they started. That's awesome. Or maybe I had a dream that I would, I don't know, climb some mountain that you didn't think you were capable of, run in a race, challenge your body, um, have an amazing relationship, travel the world. I don't know what your dreams are. I can't wait to hear about it though. I cannot wait to hear what they are and what your first right step is in the direction of your dreams, because you're not here to live a mediocre life. You're not here to just get by. You're not here to pay the bills. You're not here to be in a relationship that's unfulfilling. You're not here for any of that. You are an extraordinary, exquisite woman, and you're here for greatness. So it's time to acknowledge that in yourself if you haven't in a while, and take a giant leap into the future that's calling you. And if you are already someone who is on the path to fulfilling your dreams, you go, girl. I am here to champion you every step of the way. You are amazing. You are extraordinary. You deserve everything that is in your heart. So let's unleash it. Let's fulfill it. And please share with me. So one more thing. I also am a true believer that if one person believes in your dream outside of you, it will happen. You need one person to stand with you who, when you forget that you're capable, you forget who you are, you forget why you're doing it, they are there to tell you, hey, you got this. Hey, take one step today. You need one person who's going to be your cheerleader and remind you of who you are when you forget. So, who's that person for you? And if you don't have anyone, lean on me. I'll be your gal. You can DM me and we can schedule a one-on-one call and see if I'm the right person for you to empower you in fulfilling your dreams. I love this conversation. I hope you're inspired and empowered today and you're ready to take the next step towards your dreams. Have a magical day. If you love this podcast, or even if you just like it a lot, can you please give us a 5-star review and subscribe? That's how we build this, and that's how I can empower more women to have their best lives possible, because that's what my dream is. That's what I'm about, is helping you fulfill on what you're here for. So thank you for listening. Thank you for allowing me to ask you these tough questions, and I can't wait to hear your answers. I think you're amazing. You're extraordinary. Remember that, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a blessed day.